This conference will now be recorded.
Now let's talk about types of scripting tool. On demand and Ajax processor. My question is, the scripting include is the code snippet. We can create once, same script we can call into multiple places where the server script is going to running. That may be business rule. Already we called business rule, right, yesterday. So now I'm trying to call scripting include into client side. It's a very, very, very important question. 100% they'll ask the same question in all interviews. Can we call script include in client side? You can say answer yes. Then immediately they can ask another question. Yes, tell me how can you call script include in client side? Let's move to instant table. Okay. So now let me create two custom fields in this requirement. So when you select in that requesting file, automatically populate that person email address. Let me open the documentation. Right. A little bit tricky, but very, very important. Just wait. So glad Ajax standard syntax. Okay, so exercise number 21. We should write a script include to create a client callable script include by extending glad Ajax. New script include retrieve the request for email address from the user table. So in this case, first of all, we have to create two custom fields. One is requesting for, second one is requested for email. Based on that user, like based on the request for selection, automatically populate that person email address. This is another way to get the data from server to client. Already two things are covered, right? How many ways you will get the data from server to client? Three ways. One is get reference. Second one is sketchpad variable through display business tool. Third one is through glide ajax. This moment we are going to working with glide ajax. How to bypassing the data from server to client? Okay, follow the exercise number 21. Add two more fields: requesting for and request for email to the incident table or any other table. Let me create two more fields: configure and form layout. Remove these two, not required, and create two more fields: requester for the data type should be reference. Users are coming from user table, right? Sys underscore user. Add it. And second one is requester for email, and this should be string. Add it. These two fields I can move to top of the section under a subcategory. Close it. The requirement is when we select any person in requesting for, automatically populate. Okay. person email address. Same activity we do with very simple way with the dot walking through client script also. At this moment, I'm showing how to get the data from server to client. Okay, first step is completed successfully. I have created two custom fields. Okay, now going to working with script include. So we should create one new script include. You know how to create a script include? Script include. Script include definition. And click on new one. And so by default, the script include we can't call into the client side. When you call the script include in the server side, like client side, first of all, you should enable a client callable and providing the remaining details. Like a name is get email address. It's the name of script include. So when you provide the name of your script include, the template will be generated and take it as a class name. And next one. So this script include I want call to client side. How you can call the script include the client side? You can say just enable the checkbox client callable. When you enable checkbox client callable, automatically it is extending to abstracting Ajax processor. Abstracting Ajax processor. Okay, then we need to write the code in the script include. And go to my documentation. So this is the code we have to write. And extend the global Ajax pro, right? So directly we can copy under code template and paste into script include. Let me copy paste first of all, then I can explain the code. And copy paste the code. Okay, just I'm going to creating one script include. If you not require this all lines of code, we can remove it. These are all are in comments. So variable get email address. Get email address is the name of the script include. That should be client callable, and class will be created automatically. So it is a common Ajax processor. So later, so what I did, I have created one class that is called get email. So what is the function? Variable user record. First of all, I'm going to getting user record. So new glide record of user table and user record or get this get parameter. How can you get the data of current field in client side using by this parameter, this dot get parameter of sysperm user ID. First of all, it will be getting the current login user like a user ID of the caller or requesting for. So then it will return the user record email address. So first of all, it will be fetching current login user ID or else any other user ID you are selected in requesting for. So then displaying the email address of that and get email address you can call. Save it and take one more duplicate tab. How will you get the data from server to client? And how can you call the script including the client side? These two questions are very, very important in script including business rule development. Now let me create client script. That script include now I'm calling into client side. How you can call script include the client side? First, let me create a new client script and providing the details about the script include. And I go to work with the client script and glide Ajax. It's the name of get email address through script include. And the table name is incident. UI type is all and on change based on the name change of the requesting for automatically every time. So this client script get executed every time when you change the field value requesting for. And if required details, you can provide other details as well, not require leave it out empty. And this template also directly we can copy paste. Okay, let me explain the code. So when you select the type of client script, the template will be generated up to this close parameter, right? Remaining other free, like default. So in this case, I'm using glide Ajax. It's a very important common syntax, guys. Okay, glide Ajax syntax. No need to write the glide Ajax manually. It's a common syntax for every server side callable. Okay, so just you can copy paste the code. You can change the parameters. Remaining code is as it is. We have to follow. Okay, so variable GA equal to new glide record. Sorry, variable GA equal to glide Ajax equal to new glide Ajax of first parameter. We have to pass the script include and glide Ajax dot add param. Sysperm underscore name. Second parameter we have to pass the class name like get email. And third parameter, which field value you want to get it, that field value you can pass it. And how can you get the like result back using by the callback function? So there are two ways to call back it. One is that get XML. Second one is the get XML wait. So get XML will be executing asynchronously. Get XML wait will be executing synchronously. Like sorry, asynchronously. Wait for server response, but it is not wait for the server response. Result will be back immediately to the customer. And to get the result back, so we have to follow the same common syntax. No need to write it. So variable answer equal to response dot response XML dot document element dot get attribute. Then automatically answer will be result to the customer. Okay, so you can copy this code and we can use into here. So where get email address, the variable name, and a new glide Ajax of get email address. So the first get email address is the script include name. In first parameter we have to pass script include name, and the second one is get email address dot add param. Second parameter is the method name. So what is the method I have passed here? Get email. Second parameter we have to pass the get email. Third parameter we have to pass. Third parameter we have to pass like user ID. So sysrmat user ID and g underscore form dot get value of. So current user record, current incident ticket requesting for value can get it. And then how to get that result back? So get email address dot get XML, and you can pass the callback function populate email address, and again call the same callback function. Then you will get the details. Response dot response XML dot document element get attribute answer same. And here do remember this T lines of code. So when you're selecting that requesting for every time, automatically first of all should be clear the value of the requesting for. Then we can set it the value. So we'll where we can set the value, get that requesting for email address, and this result will be set into this field. And so then automatically disable whatever disable. So requesting for email address always should be disable mode, means like read only, because we are not setting the like setting the value automatic manually. Okay, so based on the requesting for, automatically value should be setting for requesting for email. And let me take one more duplicate tab. Navigate to incident, go to create new. There are multiple ways to get the data from server to client. Scratchpad variable already we seen, get reference also already we seen. This is third one. How to get the data from server to client? Through Glide Ajax. So here main object is Glide Ajax. The standard syntax we have to follow while working with the Glide Ajax, and then take it out. So when you select Abraham Lincoln, automatically populate the Abraham Lincoln mail address. Just wait. Get email address. Get email is the function. Everything is perfect. All on change. Requesting for what was wrong. It is small, right? Actually, script include name should be small. Get email address. But here I'm passing that name is wrong. Get email address. Let me save it once again. Reload it. When we select Adela, right? So automatically displaying this person email address and automatically it is in disable mode. Why it is going to disable mode? So I have written the code g underscore formulas are disabled. So response, how it is responding. So when you're selecting, changing that requesting file every time, so my current form can be the value of the requesting file and get the current field value requesting file and set into this field. Then requesting for email. So you requesting for email is the internal field name. So where you can get it? So this is internal field name, right? You requested for email. Okay. See now, once again, let me show that if you change another record. See now, I'm going to changing able. So when you set the able, immediately the value should be clear. First code will be execute, value is clear, right? And get the second field value. So listen, get the second value of the requesting for and set into this field and make it disable. If you don't want disable, so you can be able to deactivate this function also. I don't want disable. I want so that field also in editable mode. Fredlady displaying Fredlady email address. This is the way how to get the data from server to client to Glide Ajax. And one more very important thing is how you can call script include into client side. Please do remember how can you call, guys? So when you enable that client callable checkbox, automatically script include can be like allowing to call the client side also. So in the client side, we have to clear the client script, then we have to write our code. And what are the parameters we have to pass? A little bit complexity, but very, very important. Okay, so you can practice multiple times. You will get the complete knowledge on script include and glide ajax. And don't write the
Srinivas,
script glide ajax manually. Just you can copy paste the code. It's a standard syntax. Yeah,
hello. I have one doubt.
Himanshu.
Himanshu. Yeah,
Hmm.
actually, when like in between you have given that capital letter, right? Get email. So you have made it manually, like you have searched it manually. So is there any way like we can do the compilation and check for the errors in scripting? Yeah.
Yes, it's a camel case, Himanshu. So have to follow the camel case and standard syntax. So scripting include name should be always starts with only small letters.
Yeah, that I get it. But like, is there any way like we can do the compilation and we can get the list of errors? Like you have
No,
find it
so
out manually, right?
Yes, manually. Yes, this is not error basically. Okay, so it's not comparison error. It's like a spelling mistake, right?
Yes, yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So,
So it
so
will not
every
show.
method and object is the case sensitive. Okay, but it is passed in that like a string, right? That's why it's not able to get it. It's not comparison error to get it.
Okay, okay,
If you have
okay,
any comparison error, for example, see, if I miss this one, this is the comparison error. Directly you can be able to get it. Okay,
okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
but it's a spelling mistake. Okay, fine. So this is the way how to get the data from server to client. Guys, this is the most important topic in like interview purpose. Maximum we can't use it. So rare cases we can use it, but not rare cases. Some cases we can use it, but very, very, very important. How to get the data server to client. So there are multiple ways to get the data from server to client. One is get reference. Second one is a scratchpad variable. Third one is the glide ajax. Out of these three, which is the best practice and recommended? Glide ajax only. So glide ajax is always best practice. It's not going to take much time to give the result to the customer, but remind it to, so it will take some time to give the result. So that like a differentiation where we can find it console, we can see that. So like one will be taken that
Sir,
1.00
hello,
milliseconds, another one will be
sir.
taken that like 1.625 milliseconds, and another will be taken
Sir,
that like a 2.340 something milliseconds, right? So that's why I am saying that glide ajax is always best practice to get the data from server to client. Yeah, please go ahead, someone try to ask the question.
sir, glide ajax syntax is common to everywhere, sir.
Yeah, it's common only. Don't write it. See, common syntax. So here is hello world is the script include name, right? You can replace with your script include name.
Okay, sir.
Okay, my script include name is that get email address, right? So I have replaced with my script include name. My script include name is get email address. And the second one is that method name. Okay, similarly field name and remaining is the common. And then, so what are the field values you want to get it? Then write the common G underscore format. I need to clear the value, then get the value, set it to that, then disable it. And if you want to write a more, you can be able to write it more.
Srinivas, I
Okay,
have
sir.
one doubt.
Please.
Like this email address, right? We can achieve that through dot token also, right?
Yes,
Like caller and the email address.
correct, Hemant. Already told you, right? Same activity we do in multiple ways.
Mhm.
But this is like if you go to client side, see, okay, already we are config.working form layout. Earlier I configured.working, but that was removed permanently. Okay, so
I
based
think it
on
will
your
be there in the collar, inside the collar dot.
no, no, in front like in under the color we seen earlier, but are deleted. That's why deleted permanently. Okay, same activity we can do with like a simply dot walking also. So in the client side, but I'm talking about how to get the data from server to client. In this case, I have taken only one field, right? Sometimes. So based on the requesting file, I'm giving the homework, guys. So example, let me configure dot working first. Configure and a form layout, expanding, and then this email, caller email is already created. save it. So when you select caller email, Abraham Lincoln automatically populate the Abraham Lincoln email address. And similarly, when we select like a other caller, automatically populate that caller department head also. Similarly, we have to create the one more dot working. But through GlideAjax, what we can do, you'll be able to get the multiple values the single time. So based on the requesting file, so automatically populate the email address, department, location, phone number, other details also. How to get the a number of details based on the single value. So this is only we can achieve through GlideAjax from script include. But the glide, whatever this one not working, so at a time you can be able to configure one value, right?
Yeah, yes, Srinath, correct.
So we have to configure the more fields. We have to create the more dot workings. Instead of that, so we can create one script include and what are the field values you want to auto populate, and we can configure it. Clear, guys? You can try remaining. Just to add the more fields and go to like a community site. You can check it out. How to get like a department, mail address, department head, and other details based on the requesting file. You will get a lot of code snippets. Just you can walk through code snippet, try to achieve the requirement. If you're unable to do it, let me know. I can give the solution. Okay, the documentation, I have given us some test script include and client script, both I already tested based on that already working. So core important concepts already cover glide record and server-side business rules. Some entry questions I have given business rule. Okay, so same entry questions you can follow the business rules. Now let me write the business rules for entry questions for business rules. Tell me guys, first question, what is business rule? Tell me the definition. Tell me guys, anybody, what is business rule? Anybody, what is business rule? The business rule is server-side script logic used to
Server side,
yes, server-side script logic
server side is
used to
that runs when a record is displayed.
perform the CRUD operation, create, read, update, and delete. So when you want to perform this operation directly into the database or table, so we can go for business rule. And the second question, types of business rules. Tell me guys, how many types of business rules we have in ServiceNow?
Uh,
Four types.
4 types: display
Yes.
before, display business rule, before business rule, after business rule, async business rule.
Yes, before, after, async, display. Okay. Tell me the actions. Business rule. Tell me guys. So what are the actions?
Insert, update, delete, and query.
Yes, insert, update, delete. One more, last one.
Query.
Query business rule. Okay. And tell me one example for each business rule. So when customer submitted before saving the data, then before business will get execute, perform the operation. Importance of set about action method. Action to stop the action. Okay. So we can use set about action, aborting the action. can use current dot update in after business to no, it's not best practice to use like a current dot update. So when you use current dot update method, it will be running both times while inserting and updating. Use of display business rule. Tell me guys, what is the use of display business rule?
Data will be read from the database
Yes. So when you want to get the data
and
from server
display.
to client, so then we can use display business rule. What is main object in display business rule? Tell me guys, what is the main object display business rule?
Underscore scratchpad.
G underscore
underscore
scratch pad.
G underscore scratch pad. And they're asking some class questions as well. Purpose of G underscore scratch pad in display business rule. And tell me the syntax how to set value for scratch pad variable. Tell me the syntax how to set the value for scratch pad. Tell me guys, what is the syntax for set the value for display business rule? Scratch pad variable. G underscore scratch pad dot
G,
scratch pad name equal to current dot field name. How many places we can use scratch pad? Two places. Display business rule. Second one is the workflow scratch pad. So workflow scratch pad used to bypassing the value from one stage to another stage. But here display the get the data from server to client. Difference between after business rule and assigning business rule, which is best practice. Okay. Right. Can we use changes no, we can't use these all methods. Can we access no, we can't access previous object. Can we send notification to business rule? If yes, wait. Tell me the syntax. How to call event in business rule. Do you remember, guys? Just start event queue, and we have to pass the parameters. First parameter we have to pass event register name. Second parameter current object. Third one is one parameter we have to pass the recipient's address. Script include. You can follow the answers from Google. So these all entry questions are very frequent asking in every interview. If you prepare these all 25 questions in business rule, 100% you will get the opportunity. So remaining chapters also important, but business rules is very, 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 very important. If you give the answer to each question in business rule, so they're very impressive. Okay. So please prepare well these all entry questions. Okay. If you're unable to get the answer, you can Google it. You'll get the answer. Okay. 100% they'll ask only these questions on business rules and script include and glide ajax. And please by heart glide ajax common syntax. So variable glide ajax equal to new glide ajax of script include name as parameter and glide ajax dot and add param sysparam underscore name then pass the method name and the second parameters. So add param, glide ajax start add param, sysparam, a field name and a field value. Then using the getXML wait. So we have two types of glide ajaxes. One is getXML wait, second one is a getXML. So getXML will be executing synchronously. getXML wait will be executing asynchronously. getXML will not wait for the server response, but getXML wait will wait for the server response. So these two are like a very important glide ajax. And then please by heart the syntax of the glide ajax. So many times they're asking to write the syntax in the interview. So that's why please by heart glide ajax syntax. It's a common syntax. Common syntax. Okay. Don't take hello world. Just you can take that script include name, method name, field name. So and then get XML. It's a callback function. Then get the result. Okay, guys. Any questions?